This recording is an instructional manual for monthly performance management report for Cumberland County. This Microsoft Word file is it will work as a template. So what I would recommend is start by naming it something else to save as, and make sure that you name it something else so you preserve this template as is. Now, it looks very much like a regular Microsoft Word file, but there are certain features that have been automated. So I'll point those out along the way. And additionally, there are graphs that are embedded in it, and I'll walk you through how to update those graphs, which is a little clunky, but I think it's worthwhile for those that prefer visuals in this report. So the first thing to do is all the way at the top, when you hover your mouse, what you'll notice is that the month and as well as the year gets shaded just a little bit. So what that means is that if you click on it, you and click on this arrow, you'll get a drop-down menu with month. So you can change it by selecting the month and a year. Now, there are two places in the report that has the dates. Now, one here and one down here. Those two places, despite the fact that I selected these, they haven't been updated. So what you need to do is Control A, which selects all the entire file, so they're grayed out, and then press F9. And what this does is it updates all the changes. So you don't have to type these dates again. You can simply update whatever you selected here, and they automatically get updated in other places. Now, all these graphs that are embedded in here, and you'll see quite a few of them. And if you choose, if you decide that you do not want the graph, you can simply select and press delete, and then it'll go away. So you don't necessarily have to carry these graphs if you choose not to have them. Now, these orange areas are the ones, if you make changes, all these white boxes will automatically adjust. So as an example, let's say instead of 500 Black children, let's say we have 300, and let's say 200 White children. And again, these haven't been updated yet, but if you do Control A, F9 again, what this will do is now the total was updated based on the changes that's been made in these orange boxes, as well as the percentages down here that also have been updated. So you don't need to type or calculate any of these. Only thing you need to do in this table is update these numbers, and other parts of the table will automatically update it as long as you do Control A and then F9. Now, the unfortunate part about the graphs is that they are not automatically updated. In fact, if you want to update, you kind of have to do so manually. So if you double click, what Microsoft will do is it'll bring up kind of a clunky looking table that looks like this. And you need to update the table here. Now, another unfortunate part is that even when you have, so you need to copy, so you highlight these percentages, right click, copy, or you can also select copy up here. The unfortunate part about these sort of archaic tables is that you can't directly copy. So let's say put your cursor here, right below black, and if you right click paste, what this will do is it'll just create the pasted values vertically. So there's really no way of type going horizontally unless you type. Now, if you really don't want to type, there is a way to get around that if you have access to Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. So values that were just copied from the Word file, all those percentages, you can paste them here. And what this will do is you'll put it in this format horizontally. Go to copy here, and then paste here. So for whatever reason, whatever the values that were copied from Word table doesn't necessarily get pasted horizontally. So you have to find a way, either type it horizontally or using Microsoft Excel, and then come back to Microsoft Word to update. So as you'll notice, when these new values were pasted, this graph down here was updated. Now, if you just simply close that spreadsheet and look at the Word file, you'll notice that they have been updated. So that part is a little clunky, but if you choose to have graphs in there, that's what you will need to do to update the spreadsheet. Same thing here. Again, orange part, if you update any of these numbers, and then Control A, F9, will update the total. We calculate the percentages. And again, if you double click, you can change or update the graph as needed using this spreadsheet. Okay, so if you go and then you have another one here, same way, the spreadsheet is going to look a little bit different here because you have stacked bar charts, so you have to have two values just to need to make sure that the values add up to 100 going vertically here. For in this instance, February 22, March 22, they all need to be added up to 100% for each column. That would make the stack chart always the same here. You will notice that this one doesn't quite measure up because it doesn't quite add up to 100% there. Okay. This table, which is probably the most it takes up the largest real estate in this report. Again, these orange parts are the only parts that you would need to update, and other white boxes will automatically update it based on your changes. So for instance, if the total IA is 4,000, and all these percent, and let's say percent IA in timely fashion was 200, all these changes, so this box, these two should also change. So Control A, F9 will make the changes accordingly. And that is the case with any of these boxes. So as long as you change the values, what I would strongly recommend is to update Control A, F9, so that you can verify the changes and make sure that they are truly updated. So all these have been automated, so it kind of minimizes the typing. It calculates the percentages for you, and those columns that could be calculated if you knew these had been automated. So you can minimize the typing. And you have another graph here, another graph here. That's pretty much all the parts that have been automated. And I hope this is helpful in creating this report with minimal typing.